I know y'all peeped Molly Qerim leaving ESPN abruptly. So for those that don't know, Molly Qerim, long tenured ESPN First Take sports analyst. Is that a fair assessment? Sports anchor? Sports anchor. We'll go with that.
Personality.
Sports media personality. But anyway, she's been with First Take for like 10 years and been in the business of ESPN for like almost 20 years. Or in the sports industry anyway. Mm-hmm. But yeah, she recently released a statement to social media saying that she is leaving ESPN at the end of the calendar year and has since been removed from First Take. Meaning like she removed herself. It wasn't like a move that the higher ups kind of called for. But kind of found that interesting that she just kind of left. You know, there's a lot of speculation as to what happened. Right. You know, seen Stephen A address it. I seen that he was like, "Hey, look, you know, this hurts, this stings." She's somebody that you know, I made a lot of memories with. She's been, you know, she's broken barriers within the industry on this platform, and she will truly be missed. I have an idea of what may have happened, but, you know, that's for her to tell her own story. Yeah. But, you know, curious to hear y'all thoughts on the matter. She's somebody that I've kind of followed as a listener of First Take. Mm-hmm. And if we're talking about women in the industry, she's up there as a pioneer for sure. Yeah. You know what I mean? Sure. Along with the new and up-and-comers like the Malika Andrews, I'm going to butcher the last name, but
Taylor.
Taylor Rooks, but it's plenty more. I want to say their last name so bad, but I can't. The sisters, the sisters that play in the WNBA that be hybriding, they be, you know what I mean? The African sisters. Oh Lord, let me hold. I hope they African. Man, y'all gotta help me. This is why.
Well, I was getting ready to pull it up, but I thought you were like it's right there. So I was like, "Oh, he got this."
No,
and I'm sitting here cheering for you in my head, like, "Yo, come on."
This is why we're never gonna make it.
Come on.
This is why we're never gonna make it out of the.
No, we'll be
out
great.
The basement.
We're never gonna make it out the basement.
Zip.
Hey,
what y'all down there doing?
More like upstairs for me. I heard that door. Hey, so look, I had that door, and we can't stay here long. We gotta come back to this. Yeah. But yo, my door used to creak, so that's how I knew when my pops was about to come upstairs. Yo, it was cool. It was cool. We had a system. A fire drill, if you will.
We had a system.
But nah, man.
Unknowingly.
But no, anyway,
right. Pops had no idea.
Yeah.
In short, though, no, Molly Qerim is definitely when you think of like sports analysts, female sports analysts, you know, sports anchors, she's one of the first names that you mentioned. But like I said, panel, like how we feel about it.
I mean, it was very surprising. I do want to know what actually happened because I heard what Stephen A said, and some of it, at first I was thinking like it was, you know, some behind the scenes relationship, or some type of thing like that. But allegedly, you know, I don't know. But that's what I was thinking. But after hearing Stephen A, I started thinking like, okay, it kind of sounded like it was like contract negotiations maybe going on, or like maybe it just kind of sounded like maybe she wanted more money and they didn't value her where she valued herself or something like that. And he was kind of alluding to like having more leverage outside of just the main platform.
All right. And I was hearing too, in addition to what you were saying, there was a source that said that she was offered like considerably like lowballed for sure.
See, I didn't.
And they said it's like a tactic that corporations typically do when they're trying to like phase somebody out. Mm-hmm. You know, like, hey, we don't want to fire you because you didn't do anything that's fireable.
Right.
But we're gonna offer you this insanely low contract in hopes that you decline and kind of just
like, this is the best we could do.
So now the onus is on you. Like, hey, we didn't fire you. You left.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Like they're trying to force her out?
Yeah, in a sense, yeah.
I mean, it's tough, man. It's kind of messed up, but from a business standpoint, I can see it. Because it's like, we're going to offer you something low. If you take it, cool. But if you don't take it, we're just going to offer that or something even lower to the next person.
But I'm looking at it like this, too. Stephen A, man, he's making a lot of money now underneath the ESPN umbrella. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. And when you have a guy like that who's making, and the Pat McAfees, you know what I mean? like it's just not a lot of money that's left on the payroll.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, what do you do? And then do you go to a rival like a FS1? Do you go to a you know, what's another competitor? I mean FS1, but like
that's like
the mini shows that's underneath FS1. Like,
Or
where
like-
do you go?
or
Do you
like,
go work with a Colin Cowherd? Like, what do you do?
What's the other one? Volume.
Volume, Volume Sports. Where you go? Like,
Money talks.
It does,
like-
but if I mean ESPN is the number one at the top.
Yeah.
Right. So if they value you here, it's kind of hard to go to.
Right.
Those two other places probably not going. You know,
I feel
what
like
I'm
you have
saying,
to
give
then
what
value
want.
yourself. Like, I think even just like off the little bit that I know to maybe what even y'all were saying, like contract negotiations. And it's like you get into those bidding wars. And I think even if we're to get into those bidding wars for ourselves and maybe job places that we're at, how would that look? How do you sell yourself to that place for what you think you're worth versus what they're telling you you are?
Right.
And then being able to back that up. And it's like those conversations I know aren't easy. And then obviously a woman in sports, I'm sure it's even tougher.
Yeah, for sure.
But if you kind of have an idea, the following, you know, kind of your numbers, maybe independently what you're doing, outside of just being on the actual, you know, ESPN show or network that she was on. I'm sorry, First Take.
First Take, yeah.
Yeah, First Take. But outside of just those things like TikTok or whatever other platform you could use and you have a good and great following, I think that also brings viewers as well.
Right.
To where that becomes then a selling point to those negotiation meetings when you're trying to sell, yo, this is why I should be worth this or should receive a contract of this magnitude. And then if, it doesn't work out, you knowing your worth and saying, well, I can't stay here if this is what you're, because I mean, people do it every day.
Yeah.
And then things work out, right? Sometimes it doesn't work out as quick as we may like to, but yo, it's like, you know, keeping your head down and kind of keep grinding, right? Keep getting after it, reaching out to contacts, personal contacts. Yo, you know anybody over here? I'm trying to, you know, I need something, right? And then obviously with that support system and what that looks like, being a person of reputable, whatever, like, you know, you get back on your feet. But no, it's crazy to see because it's like, why, right? Because like you said, a pioneer of a sort, you know, amongst this group of women that are now doing sports and talking it and like, being like mad literate behind it, taking it seriously, like talking like for real about this, and this becomes their livelihood. Is like, it's amazing to see. So it's curious.
I'm gonna spice it up a little bit. You know what I mean? And with respect, right? But yo, what if she just aged out? What if there was an underlying beef with Stephen A? Or what if there was an underlying beef with one of the coworkers? You know what I mean?
That's
and the
possible.
coworker might be fly with the person who's in charge to make the decision.
Right.
You know what I mean? And this all feeds into contract talks, but like kind of peeling the onion back to see like why to be offered that. What if they weren't satisfied with her work? What if Stephen A was like, "Hey, Molly, you're my girl," in her face, but then behind closed doors, he's in the front office talking about some, get this girl out of here.
Yeah.
Like all of those things are possible.
Basically on some like, it's either her or me, and y'all just paid me, so what you gonna do?
Yeah.
Really. I
You
mean,
know what they're doing in that instance.
yeah.
And then it's like, who's to say, like, going back to the aging out, I mean, bro, you got so many young and up and coming female talents in the space. It's like, we need a younger face in here to appeal to the younger audience.
That happens.
I do think that
Molly
plays a part
Qerim,
in it.
beautiful woman. But like, we did it. She did that.
Yeah.
She gave us 10 good years plus
Yeah.
in the industry. Cool. Give her a nice little severance package and then let's move on.
Yeah. There's no spice to it. Like,
Yeah.
what are you really bringing? Because it's
You
like,
know-
we could go. Stephen A's been there even longer, but what do we all know him for? His outbursts, his animations, talking about things, his wrong or right takes that he does make, and then the conversations that
As opposed to she's just kind of moderating. You know what I mean? Hey, and let me be fair. So again, females in the space, you do have some who are just strictly moderators, but then you have females in the space who actually give sports takes, and kind of has an opinion. And she was definitely one of the ones, which is why I go back to saying like definitely a pioneer, in the space of like, she would give takes and she would, she kind of knew how to orchestrate the show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, I think there's a bigger play. You know what I mean? I think they wanted to get her out. I think they wanted to get a younger face in there. And again, you know, I there had to be conversations. I know we're trying to leave Stephen A out of it and, you know, key players out of it, but like these conversations don't just come out of thin air.
No.
Yeah, I think.
And sometimes it's the ones closer to you that you wouldn't expect. That's like, hey, we need to get her up out of here.
I'm not gonna say he did that, but he definitely knew whatever was going on. Like he definitely knew.
He said he did. He was like, yo, do I have an idea? Of course I do. That lets me know that you know exactly what happened.
Yeah, he knows.
And you were probably a piece of what happened.
Yeah. Yeah. It paid.
And who's to say that she didn't have something where she had either an improper relationship or something that they could really hang her for, and they was just like, look, we gonna let you walk away with this severance if they so choose. Yeah. You know what I mean? Which is why I think they're letting her finish out the year. You know what I mean?
Right.
While they figure out the buyout. And then, but look, we're gonna get somebody new up in here. You know what I mean? And then we're just gonna act like, hey, you just kind of aged out of the job. Who's to say that something real didn't happen?
Yeah.
Like I said, that's where my mind went first. So
yeah.
I think that's a strong possibility, man.
Yeah. And you never know. I mean, obviously, right, because we're not the ones going through it. But like you said, I mean, it definitely not pays, but pays to know someone in those rooms or in those offices that can not just like be in eyes or in ears, but can play maybe a mentor role, right? Especially if it's a position that you want to get to one day. That is like, yo, I kind of want to get here one day. And if I know I continuously talk to this person, pick their brain, you know, kind of figure out maybe where I might be missing the beat at, for where it's like you're saying, hey, that person can then come, yo, they're talking about, you know, getting a new face in here. There's nothing that you're doing wrong. They just want to revamp and change some things. So I'm just telling you so that you can get ahead of this, right? Professionally, career-wise, before it comes down, because it's going to happen.
Yeah.
But so you're not blindsided and now you're fighting weeks or months behind. You can kind of get ahead on some things. And it's not to blow up,
Hey,
but it's so you can get
I've been in a situation like that before.
Get in front of it.
That shit hard, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, well, look,
shit is a hard situation.
And it's like, there's nothing I can do. It's like,
that's when you got to make choices.
Yeah.
You got to start thinking.
What can I do?
You'll be up all night.
And I was going to say, look, Joy Taylor tried that too, and you see where that got her. Yeah. But, nah, thoughts and prayers, man. And, hey, she's going to bounce back. She's going to bounce back. It's going to be cool.
Amazing somewhere.
It's going to be
If
cool.
she wants to, she might just be like, fuck it, I just want to chill now.
Nah, I think she still got a lot to give. It just ain't to ESPN. And that's cool.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's a lot of other places.
There's always ESPN too.
Yeah, I think she's still leaving out on top.